Hello friends, welcome to a new episode of Dishti IAS editorial analysis. In this editorial analysis, we do three things. First of all, we link the editorial to the UPSC syllabus. Secondly, we try to understand the key points of the editorial. And thirdly, if there are any key concepts that are important from exam point of view appearing in the editorial, then we also discuss that. So let us begin today's editorial analysis. We have taken today's editorial from the Indian Express and it has appeared on 2nd of June. The title of the editorial is Far Out, and it says that with a private launch vehicle taking astronauts to International Space Station, an era of partnerships in space may be beginning. So now let us look at its linkage with the UPSC syllabus. So it links directly with GS paper 3 where we have technology as a major topic, and under this we discuss about rockets, about their propellants, their orbits and launching of satellites and various activities being done by ISRO and other space agencies in the world and their missions. So after establishing this linkage with the syllabus, now let us look at its key points. So before moving on to the key points of the editorial, let us look at from where this rocket has been launched by SpaceX. So this rocket has been launched from the state of Florida, which is here in the US. And here it has been launched from the Kennedy Space Center, which is used by NASA for its rocket launches. And the launch has been done by a company called SpaceX, which is of Elon Musk. He also owns the company which makes electric vehicles, which is Tesla Motors. And there has been a lot of excitement with this launch, not because any special technological breakthrough has been achieved, but because of the fact that it is for the very first time that a private company has been able to send astronauts to space. So that is a big thing, and maybe it will lead to a new era of private public participation in space exploration, which is very much needed. Now let us move on to the key points of the editorial. So the significant thing about this launch is that a private launch vehicle for the first time has taken astronauts to the International Space Station, which we'll see in the key concept section later on. And for now we should know that it is part of an international collaboration and it is basically a space-based laboratory. And this might signal a start of a new era of partnerships in space exploration. And the editorial also says that the excitement is not because of any special technological achievement, but because of the agency that has facilitated the trip, and that is SpaceX, a private company. And the spaceship that has been used for launching these two astronauts to the International Space Station is named Crew Dragon, and it has been built by SpaceX. And the rocket which has been used for this space launch is the Falcon 9 rocket, which has carried the spaceship into the orbit. And another thing to note here is the mission has been called Demo 2, and this mission has been jointly done by NASA and SpaceX. And the US government has been very much elated by the success of this mission, and it has spelled out its plans for further space exploration, which includes sending astronauts to Moon by 2024 and using Moon as a launching base for its Mars mission, where it plans to send the first astronauts to Mars. And it has also said that it will be sending the first women astronaut to Moon very soon. So the American Space Agency, which is NASA, which stands for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, for this it has been a first flight of its astronauts on an American spaceship and launched from American soil after a gap of 9 years because it retired its fleet of spaceships in 2011. And before that, NASA used to have a fleet of 5 spaceships under its Space Shuttle program. This also we'll see in the key concept section, which made total of around 135 journeys into space in the 30 years in which it was active. And it was active between the years 1981 to 2011. Now this space shuttle program of NASA suffered two major accidents. One was with the Challenger spaceship in 1986 and the other one was with Columbia in 2003. And in both the accidents, 7 astronauts died each time. And in the Columbia accident, Kalpana Chawla of Indian origin also expired. And after this accident, the US government had decided to close the program. The remaining 3 spaceships were Discovery, Atlantis and Endeavour, and they were formally retired in 2011. And the major reason for NASA not to continue with its space shuttle program was that it was not making much sense to build and operate these spaceships, because one concern was that it was getting too costly. Secondly, and more importantly, it was consuming a lot of scientific resources of NASA, which NASA felt could be utilized in a much better way for more fundamental research in deep space exploration. And it also realized that transportation is one area which could be taken over by the private sector. And it held hands of the private companies which were interested in getting into space transportation. So companies like Boeing and SpaceX, they were helped by NASA to develop these capabilities and become commercial taxi service providers to space. And also more importantly, since 2011, NASA was dependent on Russia for sending its astronauts to the International Space Station. And for that, it was paying not only just money to Russia, but it also created a dependency on the Russian Soyuz spaceships. So now with SpaceX proving its credentials in sending astronauts to space, the dependence of NASA on Russia is no longer there. So it is a good thing for NASA. Another thing which the editorial is also discussing and which has gained a lot of traction by this achievement made by SpaceX is that private participation will now see a lot more interest and not more increase in the space exploration field. So already a lot of collaboration is happening between the space agencies of different countries and the private companies. And here we should know that only 3 countries have been able to send astronauts to space so far with their own spacecrafts. One is Russia, the other is US, and the third one is China. And this is important from PT perspective. And hundreds of private entities are building commercial satellites for their clients, which at times are national space agencies. But at the same time, the launch services, they are still somewhat restricted, and not many private players are present in that space because of 2 reasons. One is the elaborate facilities that are required for a launch center, and the deep pockets. That means a lot of money and investment is required for having your own launch centers. But even in this space, you have players like SpaceX, Boeing, and Virgin Galactic, and also the Blue Origin, which is a company formed by Jeff Bezos of Amazon. And one more example one should be knowing that in 2019, a spacecraft built by Scaled Composites, which is a US company, it took a human being for a very short ride into space. So this space tourism sector also has a lot of potential. And if we talk about India, even Indian government is also thinking about having more private participation in the Indian space program. And for that, the Space Commission has cleared recently a proposal to set up a National Space Activities Promotion Board. So NSAPB is going to be set up. And it will also lead to ending of the monopoly of ISRO in the Indian space sector, which has done a fabulous job, but now private participation is also required. And on May 16th, the finance minister had said that the government would now make future projects for planetary exploration and outer space travel open for private sector. So this we should be knowing. This NSAPB is very important. And one should also know that the chairman of ISRO is Mr. K. Sivan. Finally, the editorial also talks about space research and exploration. And it says that now much more collaborative enterprises are happening between countries and companies. And the space agencies of different countries are not just sharing data and resources, but they are also increasingly getting together to carry out joint missions as well. And this we have seen with many countries now joining hands to send space missions. And the International Space Station, which is now going to retire by 2028, and the next one which is going to come up will have at least 10 countries collaborating on it. So we see that there has been a lot of collaboration in space exploration by the countries and also by the private and public sector, which is a good sign, because space exploration requires a lot of investment. And now with the COVID-19 pandemic and the economy of the world going into recession and contraction, it is time that both private and public sector come together to fund the space exploration, because only the governments cannot do it. So this was all in the key points of the editorial. Now let us look at some key concepts. So first of all, let us look at SpaceX. So it is a space technologies company founded by the South African tech entrepreneur Elon Musk. Though he belongs to South Africa, but now he is a resident of US. And it aims to reduce space transportation costs to enable the colonization of Mars. So that is one of the ideas of Mr. Elon Musk. And the company designs and manufactures rockets that send satellites into orbits around the Earth. And SpaceX is the only private company ever to bring back a spacecraft from low Earth orbit. So this feat was first accomplished in December 2010. And these reusable spacecrafts, they will help in bringing down the cost of space travel. So this is a very important technology that has been mastered by SpaceX. Now let us look at the SpaceX Crew Dragon, which is again a class of reusable spacecraft, and it has been developed and manufactured by SpaceX only, and it is the fifth class of US spacecraft to take human beings into orbit after Mercury, Gemini, Apollo and Space Shuttle programs. So this is important from prelims perspective. And the rocket that has carried it is very famous, which is Falcon 9, which carried the spaceship into orbit and again built by SpaceX. And the name of the mission is also very important, which is Demo 2 and jointly done by NASA and SpaceX. Now also let us look at NASA. So it stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and it is an independent agency of the executive branch of United States federal government and responsible for the civilian space program as well as aeronautics and aerospace research. And its headquarters is at Washington DC, USA, and it aims to expand human knowledge of space and lead the world in space related technological innovation. And finally, let us look at International Space Station. So it is a habitable artificial satellite and the single largest man-made structure in low Earth orbit. It circles the Earth in roughly 92 minutes and completes 15.5 orbits per day. And this is a joint project between 5 participating space agencies, and this is important from prelims point of view: NASA, Roscosmos, JAXA, ESA, which is the European Space Agency, and the Canadian Space Agency. But its ownership and use has been established by intergovernmental treaties and agreements. And the first component was launched into orbit in 1998, and its development and assembly continues with components scheduled for launch this year as well. And it is expected to operate until 2030. So the plan to replace it will start by 2028, and the new plan would have almost 10 countries collaborating in it. And there is good likelihood that India will also be part of it. And it serves as a microgravity and space environment research lab in which crew members conduct experiments in biology, human biology, physics, astronomy, meteorology and other fields. So this is very important lab for space-based research and a shining example of international collaboration in space exploration. Now let us look at the kind of questions that can be asked in PT and mains related to this editorial. So in PT, one can be asked about Falcon 9, about Crew Dragon and about SpaceX or Elon Musk. So these kind of fact-based questions can be asked and one should be ready to answer it. The name of the mission, the name of the 2 astronauts who were sent by this mission. So that we should also be knowing. So the name of the 2 astronauts are Robert Behnken and Douglas Hurley. And then a question can be asked on International Space Station as well, that how many countries are collaborating on it. So we have 5 countries. And then about Soyuz or Roscosmos, a question can be asked about the space missions and various countries which have sent them and the countries which have been able to send astronauts to space so far by their own spacecrafts. So there are only 3 countries, which are Russia, US and China. Now let us look at the kind of questions that can be asked in mains. So in mains, one can be asked that how the participation of private sector in space programs will help in furthering research and development in space technology and space exploration. So what are the good points about it? What are the negatives about it? That one should be ready with. Also, a question can be asked that whether it is a good idea to decrease or remove ISRO's monopoly in the space sector. So the government has already taken some steps to do this. So how it will impact India's space program, that we should be knowing. And finally, it is a very important topic for essay as well, where it can be asked like, should a country like India spend so much money on space exploration when a major section of the population is not even able to meet its basic needs? So that is a dilemma for the Indian government, and one has to take a balanced view in this, that how space technology and space exploration provides us with dual use technology. And there are many things which have been discovered or invented in the field of space exploration which has been beneficial for the humankind in general. So one has to take a balanced opinion in these kind of questions. So this was all in today's editorial analysis. We'll see you next time with another editorial. Thank you.